Welcome back to another episode of the Cage Walk podcast with Kayla. Today I have Travon, Juiceman Village here with me. How are you doing today?
I'm feeling great. Blessed to be waking up this morning. Yeah, gotta thank God.
Absolutely. God before everything.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Super excited to have you on. Um, so I kind of want to go ahead and jump in, talk about what started your boxing journey and why you wanted to box.
What started my boxing journey? I want to say, as a child, I do have a relative that was in professional boxing. As a kid, I used to get bullied a lot. I used to get jumped, beat up. So, I actually took boxing for a defensive mechanism. My cousin named 2 Pound Steve Forbes. He was a professional boxer, professional IBF lightweight champion, and he took me in when I was about 12 years old. Taught me how to box. Showed me the basics basically, and don't try to use it to your advantage just to go beat up the kids that picked on you when you were little. But that's why I got into boxing, and I think I fell more in love with it as I got older.
So, how long have you been training and actually competing?
Uh, I've been training for probably about 2.5 years. I competed, I want to say about a year and a half ago, going on two. My first couple fights, it was all losses, so I was kind of devastated because I took a lot of L's, but I grew from there, got better from there.
That's good. I know. Unfortunately, you had a fight coming up June 28th,
Yep.
but another opponent pulled out. How does I know it's a crappy feeling, but what's going through your mind with that? Because I know you've been working hard, you've been training. Um, I know it's a shit feeling. You're doing
And
all this.
it kind of feels good in a way, but at the same time, yeah, it feels like I feel disappointed because like it's a respect thing. If you agree to a fight and then pull out, why pull out? Why waste my time? I'm wasting all my time with training. I'm working, got to put job, fit in my schedule and stuff. So that's how I see it. I don't know why these guys pulled out. I think they see my training and they see I got two championship belts, and it kind of scares them, And when they see my training, see how quick and fast I am and powerful. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
blame them. I'll pull out on myself.
um, sorry. Well, you know how the group chat is. Just have to keep swiping them away.
Yeah,
Um, Yeah, man, and that sucks because I mean, the time, the energy, and the money too. Because you have to,
yeah,
when you're in camp, it's a hell of a lot more than just a regular training. You
yeah,
got to
yes,
eat right, you got to get the right foods, and yeah,
yeah. It's like I'm training my body to prepare for something, and then it doesn't actually follow through. That's how I
yeah,
see it. Yeah.
absolutely. And I do. You did just say you had two belts. So why don't you pull those belts out? Let's see those belts a little closer up.
This is Laurel, the Mississippi Tough Man competition, and this is the Southern Hand Slugfest lightweight champion. These both lightweight belts. I won this November 16th, 2024. It was in Laurel, Mississippi. Those were some tough opponents. Well, my first two wasn't so tough, but my last one was. His name is Caleb McCurley, I think his name is. He's a good fighter.
McMurray.
Yeah, I think so. He's fighting Brandon Pitton, so I
Yeah,
fought him. I beat him. He's a very tough opponent. He's tall. He got good reach. He got a nice jab. All respect to him, but the best man win.
yeah.
And yes, Southern Hand Slugfest. I won this recently, March 1st. Now, those were some tough opponents. Like every last one of them, it was like a test. But I trained hard for this, and this was one of my dreams to win one of these belts. But now moving on to Milk and Cookies, I'm hopefully be a champion at Milk and Cookies. That's one of my favorite promotions too. You know, Jordan's a good guy, a respectful guy, and he's honest and he's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. Shout out to Jordy, man. I'm so excited to be part of the Milk and Cookies family for sure.
Yep.
Um, really looking forward to joining Jordan and his team and you and all the fighters.
Yep. And then I got another big accomplishment too. I got the Mississippi State Golden Glove champion. I won this recently. Um, you know, everybody wants to be a Golden Glove champion, and you know, I prevailed on it, and I worked super hard for that. So yeah.
I'm sure. That's amazing. Congratulations. Those are some major accomplishments right there. You know, and
Thank
that kind of leads me into my next thing. So, for some my viewers know, I was trying to help Travon get a fight. You know, made a post looking for another boxer. On that post, man, you got so much hate about because of your record and you're still an amateur. What? How do you deal with that?
you. You know, you're gonna have a lot of people that hate. There's gonna be some people that you are in fault that hate on you more, but and then you got some people that knowing the person that you fought that lost that they're fans, and so it's like a bandwagon. They're gonna jump on their bandwagon. I don't feel too bad because you gotta think boxing is something serious. It don't matter how many fights you got. Just like Jay Showtime said, he has 148 wins and like 102 losses. He started as a young child competing, and I don't blame him trying to rush and go pro. I mean, get much experience as you can as an amateur because, like, a lot of people are rushed trying to go pro. They'll think they're this good and that good. No, get the experience. You know what I'm saying? Get the feel of the ring. Get the atmosphere. You know, before you just go pro, you rushing into something that's serious. A lot of people get injured in boxing and MMA. You know, I love both. So with all these fans hating on me, I just feel like it's motivating me more. It's giving me something to make them quiet, to hush them up. You know, like I'm gonna go pro eventually. I'm just not ready for it. But to all my haters, I love you. I'm still gonna work, and I'm gonna continue keep pushing myself, no matter what my record is. I seen a person that had over 200 some fights fought a dude that only had 7 fights. The dude with 7 fights still beat him. So a record don't mean nothing. It matters how hard you train, how hard you put yourself in camp. That's how I see it.
Yeah. And that's a great way to look at it. You know, the fact that, you know, you're not ready, you know, to go pro, it should show these people, like, you know what you can and can't do. They don't. Like you said, records don't matter. Yeah, you've rocked up a lot of fights as an amateur, but the fact that you can admit and say, I'm not ready to go pro,
Yeah.
you know?
For,
And I just, when I saw that, I was like, I definitely want to talk about that because that's just crazy. The more and more that I'm around in the fight community, the more and more I see like these fighters, like, it should be like, you know, each person fighter should be building each other up because you all want the same thing, you know, but it's not. You know, I mean, you have your people, yeah, who build you up. Then you get these other people who comment for no reason, you know, just on a post who's trying to help someone get a fight, and it's just straight hate. And I'm just like, really, y'all? And the
yeah.
sad part is, it's people I know and they know me, you know, like, I don't know. I was just like, damn, that's kind of effed up. Um,
They
but
don't
I do
really.
hope.
Yeah, they don't
Go
really know
ahead.
me. So, I mean, they'll probably get to know me as a good person uh, as I get in the ring and see I fight, and then eventually they'll start to like me. A lot of people do. Like when they actually come and watch my fights, and you know I'm a respectable guy. I got some nice fans, and people like me. But you know, I just let it blow past me. I don't really take it in heart. You know. But yeah, what was you gonna say though?
I think you're good, and that's a great way to look at it for real. I was gonna say I truly hope we can get you a fight for June 28th. I was really looking forward to fighting you, watching you fight. I am not looking forward to fighting you. No. um, yeah, I really hope something comes up for that. Most definitely. And you've been training so hard too. You know, I mean, it's about a month away. You've been in camp. You've been getting ready. You've been, you know, eating right, doing what you have to do. So I hope all that work and time, you know, pays off and something does come up.
Yeah.
Um, what was I gonna say? Um, sorry. Speaking of camp, how has camp been going for you? Is there anything that's been a struggle or a challenge this time around?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Struggling with my weight right now. I'm starting to gain a little bit. I've been eating a lot of fried food and greasy food. But other than that, it's fluctuating though. It's going up and down, and it go a little bit up more than what it usually is, and go down. So I try to hold off on a lot of meat. Try to eat more salads, fruit, drink a lot of water, not too much soda, and that's it. But anything with training ain't it's easy. I mean, I've been doing it for years, like punching the bag, jump roping, running miles, easy, cakewalk. I just got to push myself a little bit more, you know, do more than what I can do. Yeah,
Absolutely. Now, I'm sure you have people in your corner and support, but who would you say is your biggest support right now through this? Because with the weight cut, with keeping you accountable, because it is hard, especially when you have favorite foods
yeah,
and say that your wife's making it, and you're like, damn, I
yeah,
really shouldn't eat that.
yeah.
But
Yeah, my biggest support is probably my wife. She really helps me a lot. When I try to eat the good food that I want to eat, like the unhealthy food, she'll basically tell me like, Trey, you got a fight coming up. Why are you doing this? What do you want to get out of it? What are you going to get out of this? You're hurting yourself. You're not hurting me. You're hurting yourself. So I take that in consideration, and I try to follow it. But I do have some cheat days where I want to eat some good food. But yeah, she preps my food. She makes my salads. Sometimes my fruit. We eat vegetables. She cooks some good healthy food. Man, I just love her. She's my biggest support. And I got another support, actually sponsor. I want people to check him out. He makes boxing gear and everything. I think Jordan's going to go through him too. Contact Azimum Sports on Facebook. AZAIU. No, AZAIMU Sports. He's a good guy. He got good quality, customized boxing gear, MMA gear, gloves. He create everything.
that's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, shout out to him. I'm gonna be collabing with him hopefully.
yeah,
So I'm looking forward to that. Definitely seems like a great guy, knows what he's doing.
yeah,
So like Trey just said, definitely reach out to him. He'll get all your needs,
yeah.
whatever you're needing.
Anything you need. Also, you can look him up on Instagram too. Same exact spelled name, Azimum Sports. Again, AZAIMU Sports.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for shouting him out. That's awesome. Um, he does all the prints and everything, which is awesome.
Yes, very nice
Um,
guy.
yeah. Sorry. Um, let's see. This I really should have put this chat on Do Not Disturb because I feel like every 30 seconds it's just going.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. So okay, so going back to local fighters, that's gonna be like a two-part question. Is there anybody locally that you want to see that you want to fight or box?
Oh, everybody know this who I wants to fight, and I've been calling him out because he's trying to make me look bad. Ladrell Wright from Holly Spring, Mississippi. That's who I want.
Hmm.
I already beat him before in Slugfest, but I know he's a good fighter. He's probably better than what he was. He actually won Southern Hand Slugfest before. Respect to that guy. I don't ever put him down or talk bad about him, but he might talk bad about me and slander me, but I still respect the guy. He's a good fighter, but let's show it up in the ring. You know, just leave it up
Yeah.
to the ring. Let the best man win.
I most definitely thought that'd be who you're talking about because when I was talking about the hate comments, that's who I was talking about.
Yeah,
And it's funny, like I don't, I like you. I don't shit talk nobody. I don't talk bad on anybody.
yeah,
But how does that make you feel? Like, he says, and I know things, but I know Ladrell. I've met Ladrell.
Yeah.
So anything I say is no disrespect to him at all. Just want to throw that out there. Um, he talks about he's such a man of God, and he's this, he's a pastor or preacher or something like that. Um, but he goes on social media and talks mad crap about people or puts them down, and I mean, I'm sure for you that just fuels you more, you know. But what do you think about that?
I say I don't want to say anything bad, but that's kind of like hypocritical. You talk about God, you talk about how good people are, and you don't never slander nobody, but then you do it. That's like being a hypocrite. Shoot, if you can't say anything good, don't say nothing at all. Like, what's the point of saying something if you can't say something good? Like, you can't say, "Oh man, you's a good fighter, you this," and you turn around, it's like, "Why don't you do this more? You're not that good," or all that. Try to uplift other people, other fighters. See, that's what I try to do. I don't ever try to. If he's a beginner and he's not that good, he can get good. I'm not gonna put him down and say, "Oh, he don't got a good jab," or "his two's kind of weak." That's not good, man. Because then you gotta think you're making other people feel bad, or you making them not like you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was curious. Like I said, I figured, his name would be brought up just because I've seen a lot of him posting and stuff, and I kind of put, obviously put two and two together. And when he commented on my post, I'm like, kind of want to bring that in, see if that's who you want to fight.
yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna fight Milk and Cookies, man, too. Even though we gotta fight July 7th, sure, I'll fight him twice. But he make excuses. Like a lot of my
mhm,
other opponents that I had matched up, I don't keep it real. They're making excuses. There ain't no way you can't train much or this or that. Sometimes you gotta fit that into your schedule. Excuses, excuses. That's
yeah,
all I say.
and that's what it is when people back out. I mean, I know some legit things happen.
Yeah,
They get hurt, they get injured. That can happen. But
yeah,
the time. But if you really want to box, fight, whatever, you're gonna make time.
yeah,
And to pull out on an opponent, I think last minute, a month out is kind of,
yeah,
effed up, not cool. Because then you just waste everybody's time. It's not just your opponents, it's your coaches. Their coaches, their support people.
yeah,
Um, so I said it again. I'll say it again, man. I hope you get a fight. So for anybody watching this, if you're a 155er, boxer, amateur, hit up Juiceman, hit up Jordan Thrash. Let's get you on for June 28th. So definitely, again, hopefully something comes through. And that's the second part of that question. Obviously, local Ladrell, get them gloves on. Come out June 28th. What about and it could be any fighter in the world, UFC, boxing, PFL, whatever. And this is just a hypothetical question, obviously.
yeah.
Who would you want to see in the ring or the cage?
Uh, who would I want to see? MMA probably. Conor McGregor. I know it's
Hey,
crazy. I know it's crazy. But I actually like Conor McGregor. I want to see what everybody's talking about how good he is. And boxing. Probably Floyd Mayweather. I think he's good, but I think he picks and chooses fighters. That's the reason why he's good. But I think I'll be able to beat him. I don't think I'll beat Conor McGregor though, but I would like to.
and these are just some of the fun questions I like to ask. Do you have oh, you said you like Conor McGregor. Is he your favorite UFC fighter, or do you have some other UFC fighters that you absolutely love
Yeah,
to watch?
he's one of my first ones, but I do have some other ones like John Jones, George St. Pierre. Yeah, I like a lot of them guys. They're
Okay.
one of my favorite UFC fighters.
Yeah, I love UFC. It's always hard, like when I ask those questions, because people will look at me and be like, "I have so many." I'm like, I know, because if someone were to ask me who my favorite UFC fighter is, I'd be like, "And what weight class?" Because I have so many. Um, let's see. So jumping back to weight cut real quick. You like to eat. You love fried food, obviously. Do you have, so once weigh-ins are over, do you have a specific food that you love to go eat?
Oh, after weight cut, yes. I love popcorn. That's one of my favorites. But besides that, my favorite food is probably soul food, mashed potatoes, chicken, macaroni and cheese, or seafood boil. You know, those are the type of food I like. Seafood boil. Yeah, ice cream.
That's yeah. That all sounds. I love a good seafood boil and mashed potatoes. I'm having that for dinner tonight. Um, let's see. That's really all I had. Like I said, I want to touch base on all that. Um, Besides your wife, is there anyone else you want to give thanks to, shout out, for anybody through your journey?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my mom, Grace Forbes, for giving birth to me and giving me this opportunity to be on Earth to live out my dreams. Another shout out to my coach, Coach Rob, Coach JB, Coach Turner Hopkins. These is one of the three best boxing coaches in Mississippi. And I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Azimum Sports, and like again, my wife. You know, she pushes me. She keeps me fighting, even though when I want to quit, she makes me. You know, it's your dream. Why quit? Why stop? Keep going.
Absolutely. Those are some great people. To shout out, that's for sure. And where can my followers or new viewers find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook, Juiceman Millage, Instagram, Juiceman underscore 74 belt to ass.
Okay.
It's spelled ass is AZZ.
All right, y'all make sure to give Trey here a follow. I'm on Facebook. Keep track of his journey as he continues his amateur career and builds up to become pro, hopefully in the very near future. As always, y'all can find me at OddSmokerMMA on Facebook, Instagram, and our website and our YouTube channel. And for my new viewers coming from Trey's point of view, make sure hit us up for graphics, merch designs, banners, promotional graphics, anything like that. We do it all at super low price. Um, Anything else you want to add in before we get off?
Oh yeah, I forgot. To the best promotion out there, Milk and Cookies, Jordan Thrash. Any fighters who wants to join Milk and Cookies, hit up Jordan Thrash or MNC Fight Promotions on Facebook.
Yes, most definitely. Best promotion I think out there. As I mentioned earlier, Milk and Cookies is fair. They match fair fights. They care about their fighters. They do what they have to do to make their fighters feel like family. I know Juice Man here can vouch for that. I can, being new to the promotion, Jordan's made me feel nothing but like family. So I'm super grateful to be on board. Obviously not as a fighter, but on the outside the cage and stuff. So, but yeah, Juice Man, it was such a pleasure to speak with you. I would love to have you back on once we can get you an opponent.
All right, thank you. See you guys later.
You have a great rest of your day.
All right, you too.